Hello, my loves. It's Caliente, and I'm back with a pick a card, pick a crystal reading. And today's topic is going to be, what is your soul calling for you to do right now? I just picked up the energy that some of you may be feeling a little off and needing some guidance. So this is perfect. This is all about your soul's journey and what you need at this moment. What is your soul calling you to do at this moment? So here are the 3 crystals to pick from. Hello, pile 1. If you picked this crystal, this is the apophyllite crystal. This crystal is a very high vibrational crystal. So for those of you who picked this pile, you are in a transition period. I feel like you might have come out of a dark night of the soul, or you're going through a transition at this moment. And I feel like you're ascending. I feel like you have reached a new level of who you thought you were, a new level of understanding, and a new level of just like appreciation. So this crystal comes to you with the acknowledgement that your guides and your angels are with you, and it's time to start connecting with them. I'm going to place your crystal right here. It is in the energy of this reading, and let us see what cards came out for you, pile 1. Okay, so we have the World. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. We have the Rest and Rejuvenate card. And we have financial and material changes. So yes, the crystals speak to this energy. This is exactly what I'm seeing. You are in a transition. Here I see that you are entering a new cycle. You just ended one. The World is all about letting go, releasing, and seeing things in a different way, coming around. This is a Saturn. This represents Saturn. So Saturn's all about finding a new pattern, a new way of doing things. Many of you may be going through your Saturn return right now as we speak. You know, you might be in the, I believe, 27 to 29 year age, or increments in 27, 29, which always calls for a big lifetime change. And usually it's a change in beliefs, it's a change in reality is a change in perception. And so the 5 of Cups in reverse tells me that you are starting to see things in a different way. I think that instead of seeing things as half empty, you're starting to see things as half full. You're starting to have a new perspective on life. I get that this group was asking for direction. They want to know what's next. And this was such a hard period. This group went through such a dark night of this. You guys went through a big, deep transition. I'm not sure if it's a heartbreak or loss of a relationship, or an actual loss of like a home or family member. I'm getting that this was a huge defeat. It felt like a huge defeat. But you are coming out of it, or you are healing from it. Will you always have this sense of knowing what this trauma is? Yes, but you are working, you are using this trauma to learn from it, to grow from it. They're asking you to rest right now, have this time to, well, you are doing this. I feel like you're all coming out of it, where you are in this period where you're like, I need time for me now. It's time for me to take care of me. It's time for me to receive, because you went through a big ordeal. So if you're not already, please find a way to, I don't know, get a massage. They're asking about things that are all self-care related. So even like getting a therapy, if you haven't already, getting a physical massage, doing yoga, going away, literally booking a trip somewhere and getting some real mental relaxation. You need it. Maybe even a retreat. It's more of like your mind needs to shut down and your body needs to receive love, support, and comfort. I also got, this is a very good card. This is 5. This is changes, 4 is stability. And it's all about you taking care of you, because you went through this huge transition, and because of that, you're going to have a prosperous outcome. But you get to choose. And remember, it's also, this card is also saying that just what you thought you wanted, like for example, if you were looking into trying to get, I don't know, just for the sake of this reading, and this might be a bad analogy, a red Corvette. All of a sudden, you've had a change of mind and you're thinking, do I really need a red Corvette? Do I really, maybe it's, you're thinking about the environment and you don't want to, pollute the air anymore. Maybe you want to invest in a hybrid. Maybe you are looking at a different way of traveling now and you're going to use your money for something else. That's what this card is saying, is that not only are you going to be prosperous, but you're going to be looking at things differently. It's like having a new perspective of what's important for you at this moment. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to change the way you live in a way that is effective, that makes you feel at peace and makes you feel harmonious? Like you're really having a different, like a rewiring of your thought process. Like what you thought you wanted, what you strived for so long, now you're seeing things in a different light and you're like, do I still want that? Maybe not. And maybe so. But you're seeing things in a way where, does it have value? Does it have meaning? Is it worth me doing X, Y, Z versus that? So yeah, there's going to be some material changes in that front where material possessions are not even that important to you anymore, because of the experience you went through and because of the cycle and the change that you're in right now. You're seeing things a whole lot different right now. So just take time for you. I mean, if you can meditate, and that'll give you even more insight on what it is that you really desire and want at this moment, because you're going to be able to have the means for it. But again, the things that you thought you value no longer have value for you. Let's see. Let's pick your soul journey card. Ooh, so let me put this here so you can see. Many of you might be a water sign or have a Pisces in your chart. Now, this means, sensitivity. Yeah, this is so, oh my goodness, so perfect, because you are a lot more sensitive right now to your environment, to everything that is occurring in this world, but in your world as you know it, because you had an abrupt change, because you went through the dark night of the soul. You're so sensitive to energy right now. You're so sensitive. It's like you're hyper aware. It's like you have been in a way rewired to like be on alert, but not in a panic way, more like an observant way. Like things, oh wow, pile number 1, things for you are no longer what you thought they were. And a lot of you are sensitive to that fact. A lot of you are sensitive to knowing more than you thought. It's like, literally, it's like the veil was pulled over your eyes and now you see things differently. And you're a lot more sensitive to that. Many of you may be empaths or have the intuitive ability of clear cognizant, because you have this knowing, or even clairsentience, where you have this feeling, you can feel, you can sense, you know. And you're so sensitive to things at this moment. And here's your soul's journey, which is so beautiful. And this makes sense with the Pisces card. This is imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Oh, I think that's, Pisces, that energy is very creative. Pretty much any of the water signs are. And I think what's going on right now is that you're seeing things differently, and you're finding a new way of doing things. And this could be very well your psychic development, because imagination is that portal to help anyone who's developing their psychic abilities get there. Because all you have to do is play with your imagination like you did when you were a child. It's like embracing that creativity, that childlike innocence, to just imagine, what if this, what if that? You go into the imagination world, and it's like you're going through the portal of the 5D into a different realm. So yeah, your guides are asking you to play with your imagination. That could be while you rest and meditate and find time for yourself, and to see things differently, to imagine things differently. How would that bring new prospects into your life? What are the possibilities for that? And I'm going to shuffle and pick up a crystal angel card for you to just see what other messages your guides have. Let's just see here. I'm shuffling along. And we have the Charrowite. So this is spiritual protection. You're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. So what a great affirmation and confirmation to what you're going through. You are being protected no matter what's going on right now, like leaving that cycle and entering a new one, where you're being asked to trust and open your imagination and take time for you. Throughout it all, you are not alone. You are being protected at all times. You don't have to worry about whether you're on the right path or not. You don't have to, you just need to be and know that you are protected at this moment. So, pile one, I will leave you with this quick message. If you want more, I will put out more, and I'll even give extended readings. Just put a little purple heart below and tell me that you resonated with this, and follow for more. Peace, love, and blessings. Hello, my loves. If you picked this crystal, this is the blue kyanite crystal. This is a very special crystal because it's not only is this a calming and soothing crystal for your throat chakra in order for you to communicate. This crystal is especially really good for your intuitive abilities. It connects with the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. It allows for you to clear your mind so that you may be able to receive the messages that you need. I am getting that this crystal, you were gravitated towards this crystal pile number 2 because some of you may be grappling with like a mental loop. There's a few of you that just you have something on rewind. Could be a past relationship or a past mistake that you wish you could have done differently, and you're kind of unable to let go right now. Meditate with this crystal because this crystal helps you release negative energy or anything that might be stuck and stagnant. So pile number 2, we are going to ask your guides and your higher self for your soul's need right now. What does your soul need at this moment? And in relations to what the message that the blue kyanite just provided us. So let's see your cards. Okay, you have Judgment and the 4 of Pentacles. And then you have Destiny and light, which is the sun. Okay, so let me place these over here. These are 2 additional clarifier soul journey crystals that I will be showing you in a minute, but let's go into your reading, pile number 2. Okay, so like I picked up with the blue kyanite, some of you are holding on to something. I feel like you're a bit stubborn. There's some stubbornness right now. You are someone who is really huge-hearted. Like, you're open and loving. You almost don't show your emotions. I want to say you wear your heart on your sleeves, but you don't, because you don't really, I mean, you do. It's kind of like an oxymoron. You are very emotional. I pick up this group is super emotional, but you don't like to show your emotions. You feel like it's a weakness. And I think that it has cost you something. It could have cost you an error in judgment, a situation where someone has left, or just like a mistake that you wish you could have taken back, or you wish you could have done things differently. Please know that everything occurred and happened exactly as it was meant, because you have these cards that are very positive here. And all of this is just a kind of a guide to help you along, to decide, to affirm anything that you may be feeling. So if you feel like you have made a mistake, for lack of better terms, pile, to know that all mistakes have purposes in this life, and especially on your path. You're holding on to it. You're still holding on to this, and spirit guides are asking you to please release it, to let it go. Once you're able to let it go, the wheels will continue to go forward, and they're in motion as we speak, but it will be less of a uphill battle versus, just trekking along. You're going to have financial stability, but you have to let go of what I feel. For some reason, I'm feeling like it was an error of judgment. Like, you, pile 2, you decided wrong, or you think you decided wrong, because there is no wrong choice, right? There's choice A and there's choice B, and choice A may take you down a different route than choice B. And I feel like you chose A and it wasn't the path you wanted to be on, and now you're wishing you were on the path B, or choice B. But you're on purpose. You're on purpose because, you see, the wheel just keeps going. So even though you think you chose A here and you wanted to be on B, B could have gone this way. And you're feeling like you're going this way, but you're actually going this way. So you're going around in the correct loop. And to clarify that, you have the light, which is the sun, which is one of the most happiest, luckiest, most positive card in the tarot deck. And this is from the Psychic Tarot, which I love how John Holland explains things. This is just about knowing that there's always light, even in the darkest moments. So even in those periods where you think you went wrong, or you did the wrong turn, or you chose wrong, there's always light in the dark. There's always a spark of hope. The sun always comes out every day. Even when it's cloudy, even when it's raining, the sun is there. And so we just hope for a new day, correct? So I'm just encouraging you, pal, to that just because you chose this path and it didn't turn out to be what you expected for, you are right on time. You're right on purpose. So let's see what else your guides have for you. Chiron, healing. So this is, this planet, which they now said they've discovered, right? Or many years ago. I'm not really that knowledgeable in astronomy, so don't come for me. But this is all about your shadow, working on your shadow. And that's what happens when you go into, like, you choose differently than what you expected, or it was a different outcome, and now you feel like you're in chaos. You're not. But holding on to it will hold you from being where you need to be and being at your utmost level of excellence. However, if you're able to acknowledge this period and accept it and surrender to it so that you can move forward, you will be in a transition of healing. You will be in a transition of healing. And what I'm picking up is that always choose the light. No matter where you are, even if you're in your darkest moment, know that you have the protection and the love of your guides, and that the light will always prevail. There'll always be a light at the end of the tunnel. It's service. I feel good when I can help others. I think that what you're going through is so that you can help others figure it out and go through it as well. I think that's part of the reason why we all experience what we experience in life, is because somewhere, somehow, you get to share your experience with others and hopefully inspire someone else. Your story is not for naught, or not. It's not in vain. Every mistake, every heartbreak, every loss has a meaning. It has a purpose, and your purpose is to be of service with that, to receive the information of your shadows and be able to help others as well. All right, pile number 2, I'm going to uncover your crystal angel, and yours is titanium rainbow quartz. I don't know if you can see it, but it says multifaceted, and there are many layers, dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. So, this is perfect, because it goes back to what I was saying, pile number 2, that even those darkest moments, even that wrong choice, even that left turn, even that step back, all of it has a purpose. And if you can look at it from different perspectives, it probably even has a better outcome, has a different perspective. It has multifaceted dimensions. So I think what it's saying is that this is not a good or a bad situation. This is look at all the gifts that's coming out of this situation. Look at all the gifts that are coming out of this air of judgment. Don't hold on to it. Release it. Let it go. Allow it to guide you. Go with the flow, because you're going to experience some really amazing, positive, breakthroughs that are going to lead you to reflect on the shadow, that's going to heal, that's going to help you be of service. And all of that is for your highest purpose and for that of those around you and those that you are going to serve. Most of you might already be in the help industry, and that it's everything between doctor, lawyer, teacher, intuitive guide, facilitator. You are someone who is helping the masses and will help the masses. So remember, you can't get it wrong. I feel like, going back to this real quick, I feel like you think you've pissed some people off, or you feel like if you choose differently. You're going to piss someone off. And this is saying, yeah, maybe there will be a few casualties. Maybe there will be a little, heartbreak from someone else, but it will be their liberation, because you are setting them free, or you're allowing them to see things differently. You're being that rainbow, shining that light. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Release it. And you're going to see the outcome of it and how amazing it was for everyone involved, even if they do not see that right now. So your purpose right now is just to continue to honor you and surrender to what occurs, what comes up. You have the freedom and the will to choose as you please. And just don't get upset or hard on yourself when you feel like you've chosen differently or incorrectly. There pretty much are no wrong choices, is what your guides are saying. And even if someone gets hurt, it's going to be for their highest purpose. And it's all going to work out. So, pile number 2, may I leave you with that message. And if you resonated, please put down a blue heart. Let me know you liked it. If you like these readings, I will do more. I'll extend them. I'll get deeper into whatever you guys want me to read for you, because this is fun for me and I love being of service. And remember, this is only for entertainment purposes, so take it all with a grain of salt and trust your intuition and know you know what's best for you. Peace, love, and blessings. Hello, pile number 3, and this is your crystal, pink tourmaline quartz. This is a heart chakra crystal, and this crystal usually is good for and is appearing for right now healing of the heart, emotional healing. Usually pink tourmaline is a great crystal for emotional distress. If there has been some emotional up-downs, upheavals, kind of like a swift change, and it's really hit close to the heart, hit close to home. I feel like emotions might have been triggered for you, pile number 3. And so this crystal is all about healing with compassion and love. So right now it's time to give yourself compassion and love. Really be with yourself, really be tender. I'm getting the word tender for you guys, because you are tender. You're really, it's like the wound was really like irritated. Something happened for you, pile 3, where you're all feeling a little, like someone's, there was a little bit of a sting. And this is just triggering an emotional wound. So let's see what your guides and your highest soul wants you to know right now. What is your soul needing right at this moment? So let's do the tarot cards for you. Oh yeah, okay. So we have the 8 of Swords, which is all about feeling a little bit trapped, a little bit wounded, but the 8 is all about change. And I just feel like there's going to be like it's all about prosperity and abundance too. It's about moving forward. You're getting closer to the end of something, and you are no longer needing to stay where you were in. I feel like there might have been some like, wow, all these pile 1 and pile 2 is also very similar. There's been some disruption. There has just been like this huge, hello, there's the Tower with disruption. But however, what I'm getting here is that things haven't been the way you've wanted them to be. but you're ready for the change. You're ready. You're done. You're done feeling locked up. You're done feeling tied up. You're done feeling powerless. You are no longer powerless. However, you do have a choice to make. And that's what this card represents. It's that you're done feeling this way, but now you have to choose. Are you going to continue down this path, or are you going to choose differently for yourself? Please note that sometimes before things get better, they look like they're falling apart. So that's what the Tower comes in. It's a disruption of energy. It's a disruption of power. It's like everything you knew no longer exists, or things are no longer working the way you knew them to work or you knew them to be. It's like totally different right now. And that's what I'm getting. It's like you have two choices. You can continue the way you've been and how you've been operating in life, and you're going to continue to feel tired and worn out and stuck and kind of broken. And in this position, I feel of feeling broken and in connection to the pink tourmaline, this is hurting your heart. This is hitting you emotionally. And because of that, there's this ripple effect. You hurt, others around you hurt. So it's time to move and make that change. However, the choice is yours because you have free will. So do you choose to keep things the same and continue to hurt? Or do you choose to have an upheaval, a really chaotic change because it's taking you away from everything you used to know? Taking you down a path that you feel, what's down this road? How can I ever trust it? And there may be chaos around it. There may be some breakdowns around it. Things may crumble around you. But that's where the hope, the love, the light begins. And this card could mean, a romantic relationship. It could mean a partnership that's coming in that's going to be very fruitful and loving and energetic and abundant. But it could also mean, and this is what I'm getting the most for you, Pile 3, that this means a new evolution of you. It's like the old you is falling apart. Choices are being made. This is you stuck, and this is you falling apart. And things are going to turn out okay. I'm really amazed how these readings are connecting with one another. And for anyone who chooses to go back to one or two, you'll see that kind of the theme. There's a theme in all of this. And, that's life. I just want to share that that's life sometimes. It's cyclical. So sometimes we have even the circle here. We have our demise. We have areas where we're stuck, but we keep moving and flowing through and surrendering and going through mountains and falling apart, and then just keep going. And then all of a sudden you see sunlight, you see hope, you have joy, you experience wonderment, you experience being alive, you experience what it is to be of service, to do good, to love, to receive, and all of the above. So let's look at the oracle cards and see what messages your soul has for you. Resources. And then you have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And you are group 3. You are. By removing yourself from this situation that you yourself want to change, you no longer want to be here. By making these choices, you're going to see that you're going to have options. And with every option, there will be some support, a resource that's going to help you get to your growth, get to your prosperity, get to love, get to what it is you need to get to. But remember and know that there will be ruptures. That behind every rupture, there is rapture. And then you have this pink tourmaline crystal to remind you of emotional healing, of taking care of yourself emotionally, because it is so important and so vital for you, group number 3. Because you are going to go through this huge transition. And I'm here to tell you, your guides are here to tell you that it's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. And now I'm going to pick a card. Oh, you got 2 cards from your crystal angels. And you have Malachite, which is prosperity. And it says there's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. And I laugh because even the ring light, there's a flow for you. There's a flow for you. There's a flow. There's a flow for you. And your other card is Tanzanite, ready to love again. I can barely read this. You've healed from the past energies to open your heart to love. And like I mentioned, this could mean a loving relationship, which for most of you it does. There is love in the horizon, but there's another portion of you that this is like a newfound love of yourself, like really falling in love with yourself again, because you have been so secluded from self that now your soul and yourself are just like, yes, 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 yes. And because of that, there is prosperity. There's a lot of prosperity. Even the apple shows me that. That's all about like abundance, and abundance in all areas of your life, not just financially, not just with love, but your own inner growth, your own inner prosperity. I get the analogy, group 3, that you're like a spring, and you know, as like a fountain just flowing with water. But sometimes you have to turn the fountain on, and you've been a little bit rusty because no one's turned, or you have not turned on your own fountain. So the water is ready to flow out. And you know, just when you open pipes you have been open pipes and you open them and they're a little rusty, and then the water starts coming down murky, and it all gets yucky until it starts to clear up, and then it's even, you know, in certain places drinkable or not. But that's how I see you. And this could have been a very horrible analogy, group 3, but it's like that. It's like you are just ready to provide so much wealth, so much knowledge, so much prosperity as well. Like I see you as a fountain of water, just overflowing with information and growth and love. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to end the reading here, pile 3. Please let me know that you like this by putting a little pink heart in the comment section and following. And let me know if you want to see more readings like these. I will, or like this, I will do an expanding reading if I get more followers and people are more interested, because this does take a lot of time and energy. But again, thank you for being with me. I hope this message resonated with you. Forgive my lousy explanations, but take it with a lot of heart and a lot of love. And remember, these are just for entertainment purposes, and this is for your choosing. However you want to resonate with this is up to you. Have a wonderful evening. Peace, love, and blessings. Mwah.